Growing up in eastern Kentucky, I myself have felt the sting of poverty level in our area. Sometimes when I was younger, I didn't know where my next meal would come from. I grew up with a single mom. We lived in government-assisted housing. Sometimes my mom worked 2 or 3 jobs to try to provide for my brother and I, but sometimes her best just wasn't enough. If it weren't for organizations such as the Christian Appalachian Project, when I was younger, I may not have known that there was still kindness left in the world and that there were people who were willing to help you out when you were in a bad situation. Christian Appalachian Project, which is also called CAP, its programs and volunteers are ready to help families in need and serve the families of eastern Kentucky with their services that they offer. Having the knowledge of these services and spreading this knowledge to your friends and family and neighbors could really benefit and make a difference in the lives of people who really need extra help. I grew up benefiting from these services, and when I got older, I volunteered at the summer camps and with Operation Sharing, and it has made a big impact on my life. Today, we're going to learn about CAP services, such as the summer camps. We're going to learn about Operation Sharing. I can tell you guys a little bit about their Grateful Bread food pantry, and I can tell you a little bit about their in-home elderly services. So let's get started with the service that's dearest to my heart, and that's the summer camps, because I really love working with the kids. CAP offers 2 summer camps for low-income children, and they offer them at a low cost of $10 per child, and this is so it's not such a financial burden on their families to be able to afford for them to go to summer camp. And the children benefit from this when often they wouldn't be able to go to summer camp and have those experiences at all. The U.S. Census Bureau states that in Floyd County, Kentucky, the percentage of people below the national poverty level is just above 28%. So we know that there's a big issue with poverty in our area. Camp Shawnee is offered in Floyd County, Kentucky, and they offer week-long camps and activities for boys and girls of all ages. This is the camp that I attended when I was young, and this is the camp that I volunteered at when I was about 17 years old. They also have Camp Andrew Jackson, and that one is in McKee, Kentucky, and they offer similar experiences to what they offer at Camp Shawnee. Another great service that they offer is the Operation Sharing, and this is the truck from Operation Sharing where they collect all their supplies. According to ChristianApp.org, which is Christian Appalachian's website, this project began when the National Federation of Nonprofits contacted CAP, and they had a donation of children's books that they would like to offer for CAP to redistribute throughout the area. It grew from one small donation, and they ended up partnering with other corporations in the area, and they helped to distribute things like food, clothing, books, furniture, and building supplies for homes. The distribution was first made possible by organizations like churches, but it expanded to other nonprofits, and they distribute all these supplies to families that are in need. Another service that I remember from my childhood is the Grateful Bread food pantry. They help provide nutritional support for families that are low income and that need the extra help with the food every year. Food Research and Action Center, on their website, they say that nearly 1 in 5 Kentuckians, which is about 20.3%, struggle to afford food each month. That's more than the national average, which is only 18.2%. So here in Kentucky, we do have a problem with people of being able to afford their food. That's why this program, the Grateful Bread Food Pantry, is so important. It's set up in a way that will allow the families that come in to have dignity and to not feel bad about reaching out to get the help that they need. I volunteered there for myself, and I've seen the thankfulness in these people's eyes when they come in to get the food for their families. Last but not least, CAP also offers in-home services to the elderly. Sometimes the elderly are overlooked by society, and they're the most abused age group next to children. CAP extends their services to help these members of society so they're not forgotten, and they also have the help so they can get the help that they need. The National Center for Elder Abuse says on their website that because of a lack of reporting, it's hard to know how many elders are abused each year, but they do frequent studies, And in one of their recent studies, the findings show that 7 to 10% of the participants they studied reported elder abuse within the last year. So that means a lot of these elders are not getting the care that they really need. The services that they offer to the elderly is their volunteers come in and do socialization visits so they're not feeling so isolated in their homes if they can't leave. They also come in and offer social services to the people that need them. They can run errands for these elderly people. They can transport them, take them to a trip to Walmart or take them to their doctor's visits if they need it. And the families of these elderly really appreciate the help that they get. To sum it all up, there are many services that CAP offers. The ones I've covered are only a few. The summer camps are really important. Operation Sharing, the food pantry, and the in-home services to the elderly are really beneficial to people in our area. And if you can pass along the knowledge of these services, then we'll be able to help our neighbors that really need it. Without the helping hearts of the volunteers and organizations such as CAP, and I may have grown up without having these experiences that other children have. And I'm thankful for all the work that CAP does to give this same experience to children and families in our area.